Scott Eblin, The Next Level, What Insiders Know About Executive Success. Welcome to the summary of The Next Level, What Insiders Know About Executive Success by Scott Eblin. In this book, the author guides managers who have reached the executive level, highlighting the importance of personal, team, and organizational presence. The key themes include understanding the expectations of executives, transitioning from old habits to an executive mindset, developing grounded confidence, and refining communication skills. Eblin also shares practical tips on how to navigate through the executive world, build strong teams, establish productive relationships, maintain high energy and productivity levels, and engage in a collaborative environment. This summary aims to provide you with actionable insights from the book that will prove invaluable on your journey to executive success.
Shaping executive presence. As managers climb up the corporate ladder to the executive level, they're often left to figure out what's expected of them. To excel at this level, they need to adjust their thinking and behavior and develop what's called executive presence. It encompasses attributes like personal presence, confidence, energy, and communication skills, team presence, the ability to cooperate, assume responsibility, and define tasks, and organizational presence, relying on peers, seeing the big picture, and leading. Anyone aiming to shine in an executive role can benefit from working on these three attributes. Grounded confidence for executive success. Being promoted to an executive position requires a new attitude towards work and oneself. Grounded confidence is essential to success, which involves focusing on personal attributes and habits that enhance progress while letting go of traits that impede it. Some behaviors that worked in lower positions may be counterproductive when leading. Overcoming old patterns requires identifying key tactical behaviors that project confidence within the organization. Executive success requires adjusting one's attitude towards work and oneself. As a new executive, it's essential to develop grounded confidence instead of being timid. This approach involves creating new habits and prioritizing personal attributes that will boost progress while also letting go of traits that impede it. According to Aristotle, excellence is not an act but a habit, so set goals and take the necessary steps to achieve them. Additionally, some behaviors that helped you in the past may hold you back in your new position. Delegating work and assuming leadership responsibilities can be difficult, but it's imperative to resist the tug of familiarity. People that develop grounded confidence will project confidence within their organization and fellow executives. Maximize productivity with Life GPS. Executives should emulate sprinters by putting everything they've got into a short burst of productivity and then recuperating. The Life Goals Planning System, Life GPS, helps individuals keep their energy and productivity high. It involves listing strengths and favorite activities, identifying regular behaviors in mental, physical, spiritual, and relational areas, setting goals for home, work, and community life, and reviewing and recalibrating regularly. With Life GPS, individuals can perform at their best while maintaining perspective and realizing that they are not their jobs. Effective communication for executives. The role of an executive is not just limited to their field of expertise but extends to solving organizational problems and opportunities. Effective communication is vital for executives and the impact of their words can directly affect their subordinates. To encourage dialogue, some executives adopt an affiliative communication style. Executives should structure their communication by asking three questions: what, so what, and now what. It is important to communicate information in a crisp and concise manner, in a format that suits the recipient's preference. Executives should also promote their teams to senior executives and ask open-ended questions to understand their priorities and needs. Executives should avoid catastrophizing and instead focus on presenting solutions. They should establish the context, give relevant information and explain the metrics while focusing on the outcomes rather than the processes. Telling stories about challenges and how they have been overcome can also help executives leave a lasting impression. Overall, it is important for executives to communicate effectively to solve problems, take advantage of organizational opportunities and leave a positive impact on their subordinates and colleagues. Effective executive team management. To succeed as an executive, self-reliance must be replaced with delegation, and competitiveness with teamwork. Successful team management entails involving the team in goal setting, encouraging teamwork when problem solving, cultivating diverse views, promoting honest feedback, and earning trust through sincerity, credibility, and competence. Leading with clarity. Effective leadership requires communicating goals clearly, performing perspective transference, and influencing others to create results. As a leader, it's your job to navigate, while the team members run the engine. Giving people space to develop enables you to identify the next generation of executives. Reframing your definition of daily contribution is important. It should be about influencing others, not doing the work yourself. Communicate your involvement and expectations clearly to the team to ensure success. Navigating accountability and responsibility. As an executive, it's important to understand the distinction between accountability and responsibility. While you may not be hands-on with every project, you are still accountable for them. It's crucial to trust your team and establish criteria for monitoring their progress. By doing so, you can avoid being blamed for poor work. Running a successful team requires constant evaluation, decision-making, and process tweaking. As an executive, you must be able to navigate these challenges to ensure project success. Building successful executive relationships. According to a Corporate Leadership Council study, most executives fail due to their inability to build relationships with peers and subordinates. New executives get stuck in vertical tunnel vision and forget to look sideways. As an executive, one must learn to manage sideways by meeting every member of the executive team, understanding their roles, and establishing credibility by taking action. Collaboration is vital, but it must be reciprocal. You must seek out opportunities to combine work, maximize relationships, and share information and ideas. Finally, you need to have the right team in place, and you must develop your people quickly to meet the demands of the work. Transitioning towards an us mindset. Moving from a me to an us perspective is a challenging transition for new executives. As a senior vice president pointed out, being a VP requires self-sacrifice to the company's goals. Executives must avoid hoarding resources or sequestering star performers in their department if they could better serve the company's needs elsewhere. But even an us mindset is not enough. Executives must also be aware of the market environment surrounding their company, keeping an eye on them in addition to us. An executive's increased visibility requires them to make a bigger impact in the organization. Executive celebrity rules. Acquiring an executive title may change people's perceptions of you. To maintain a positive image, act like an ambassador and be cautious of your words, as humor and impulsive ideas could be inappropriate. Respect others' opinions and invite feedback informally. Don't fall into the trap of engaging with egotistical peers and instead maintain an inclusive and collaborative approach. In today's world, navigating unknown terrains and making decisions with incomplete information is the norm. Be aware of the next level and remain true to your inclusive approach.
In conclusion, Scott Eblin's The Next Level emphasizes the need for managers to adapt to executive roles and overcome the challenges associated with these positions. The book outlines 3 fundamental aspects of executive presence: personal, team, and organizational, and provides valuable guidance on attaining these attributes. When building effective teams and fostering fruitful relationships, remember to employ collaboration and delegation effectively. Prioritize an inclusive, collaborative approach with both peers and subordinates, and maintain a focus on the overall goals and objectives of your organization. Developing and fine-tuning your communication skills will also help ensure successful interactions with others in your executive journey. Ultimately, gaining mastery of these essential aspects will empower you to excel at the highest level of leadership and drive your organization towards achieving its strategic vision.